Street Smart Audio proudly presents to you NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling Blood Feast 1993. Starring the Scourge of the IWC,
Hot Stuff Hollywood.
Official.streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio, or fuck with us, IG, official.streetsmarks, Street Smart fan page on Facebook, Street_Smarks on Twitter. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, October 1st and October 2nd, 1993. This is NWA Blood Feast.
Or NWA ECW Pulp Fiction, because I'm still trying to figure out what the hell I just got done watching that we're about to review.
Couple of notes before I even get started, because this is gonna be fun for me. One, I'm gonna be talking like Shem from Extreme Wrestling Archive. Shout out to Shem. Two, Mr. Keith, I see what you're doing. You got a hack doing your ECW.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
When I came to you, you could have jumped on, but since you didn't, fuck it.
You could have rolled the wave.
I'm gonna show you how you do an ECW review real quick. All right. So about this show, this fucking show.
Yeah.
It's like my partner in crime says. It's Quentin Tarantino like, but it's crazy you say it like that, because Paul Heyman is compared to Quentin Tarantino in terms of booking. Okay, so it's actually kind of apropos that you said it like that.
Okay.
I finally watched the kayfabe commentaries timeline with Todd Gordon. He was chronicling 1992 and 1993. So the beginning of this journey that we on, and a faux pas of mine, like I said before, was that I was under the assumption that when Eastern started, it was flying the NWA banner, and not until this show that we're about to review did they finally jump in with the NWA. So they were only with the NWA for like literally a year. Until it bounced.
That was a very short alliance.
It's a very short alliance. And also, that's the reason Eddie left. That's one of the reasons Eddie left the promotion, because he didn't want to fuck with Crockett, because he was on bad terms with Crockett after leaving JCP.
So Eddie didn't want to mess with them from the get-go, and then ECW ended up breaking free from him a year later. Imagine that. And then
Eddie could have came back. But when Todd talks about it, I'll let Todd talk about it, and we'll review that. So we're gonna go into this show, and it's 20 fucking matches. 20 fucking matches. I thought I was reviewing one of those Coliseum home video shows back in the day on WWF. They used to get from fucking Blockbuster and shit.
It was worse than that, because the whole show was only like 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Right.
But everything jammed in there together like that, especially how it was, it just felt like, oh my gosh, just like eating the motherfucking plain potatoes, like an apple and stuff, just straight, fresh out the ground, nasty ass, unbaked, unsour cream potato. Unless you like potatoes like that, then you're a sick freak.
Or Irish. So, how many days did it take you to watch this show?
I watched it in one setting. I muscled through it, but no, I take that back. I take that. It took me 2. It was only because I fell asleep.
I fell asleep on the show like 6 times trying to review this shit. It was awful.
But the second time I watched it from the beginning and watched it straight through. So I did muscle through it the whole time.
All right, so we got an out-of-order match placement. This show is billed as being November 1st, 1993, but for my list, it is clearly October 1st and 2nd. So I'm going to do this show, and then 10-5 is probably going to be a clip show, you know what I'm saying, of Blood Feast matches. Little did I know, the whole month was full of fucking Blood Feast matches.
Oh, yay.
Right? So, initially, jerking the curtain, we got Bad Breed versus Chad Austin and Todd Shaw. The Bad Breed is Bad Breed is Axel and Ian Rotten. Currently have their shoot interviews on the Extreme Project on Street Smart Audio, so check that out. Link will be in the description below. It's complete squash as the wrestling guys lose to the UK Brawlers. Styles says November to Remember is a week away.
Yeah, that threw me all the way off. I'm like,
what?
yeah.
So Funk and Snookers in the cage on October 1st, but November to Remember is 10 days away. All right, whatever. Austin gets some offense in. Shaw gets nothing. British Bomb, which is the rocket launcher. Old Midnight Express finish. You know what I'm saying? Throw him off the top rope to the floor or to the goof. Finishes. They get replays now. They actually had instant replays on ECW shows, so I guess that NWA banner is for something.
Putting that money to good use, everybody.
All right, so we got the Rebel, Rockin' Rebel with Chris Michaels, Rick Michaels, whichever you want to call it, versus Donnie Allen. Joined in progress as Rebel continues the squash. Couple of whole spots, but Rebel takes over. We got Paul on color commentary. Rebel pulls up onto Spinebuster Slam. Spinebuster called a sidewalk slam finishes.
I peeped that too. One little thing that you might have missed. At some point after or during the New Breed or Bad Breed, whatever match.
Not New Breed. New Breed is WCW.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
Those are my boys. They have the greatest promos ever.
It was casually dropped in that Sal Balomo had returned in that match.
Okay. I'm glad for your insight.
Well, it's about to be very, very... no, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Right.
I'm just going to let you do your review there.
Thank you. Donnie Allen gets tossed. Rebel with an in-ring promo. He's talking about how he hates all the kids. You know what I'm saying? I even hate your kid. I hate Rick Michaels' kid. For liking Sal Balomo. Michaels goes, hey, wait a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? We can hate, Terry Funk, and we can hate Abdullah the Butcher, we can hate Kevin Sullivan. Don't hate my kid, man. He said, you know what? I don't care about that. Fuck all that shit. I hate all kids. And if you don't like it, I'll beat you up. Michael says, man, fuck all this shit, man. So they walk off, and then Rebel hits him from the back with the Pearl Harbor.
Like a G.
Right? Crowd pops for it. Rebel has turned face in the crowd. Joey Styles can keep calling him a heel, but the crowd knows he's a fucking face at this point. Rebel powders, and then Rebel and Michaels, they brawl up the alleyway. We got the Public Enema versus Gino Caruso and the Jet. Again, who? Joined in progress. I found it funny because Public Enema beats up everybody in sight. Got Paul on color again. Kicks and punches the style that Paul puts over Paulie. They put over the Enema. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get their characters over. You know what I'm saying? They're not really calling a match. They're just getting the Public Enemy over because these are who they're fighting is Jamooks.
Yeah.
The Jet.
Right.
Gino Caruso. Who are they? I'd have been happy if they'd have, like, you know, jobbed them to Cairo or Winners, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Some guys that we even knew. They just brought in a whole bunch of bums for this match.
Yeah, I don't get it. I do not get it.
Anyway.
This match and the last match.
There was a high spot, there was a lion salt for 2. Then Styles tried to put them over as they're not just brawlers, they're really actually good technicians. And then Paul said that Gino Caruso and the Jet were no slouches in the ring. Stop fucking ribbing me, Paul. Johnny Grudge comes in with a sloppy ass power slam, starts jaw jacking to the hat guy, inverted DDT to the senton for the finish. 1-star match.
Yeah, basically pretty much a squash.
Yeah, I mean, if you like squashes, this is the show for you.
Right.
I'm sure Shim and all them fucking love this shit.
And this was a major show again, right?
This is a show that they sold on tape. I'm not going to say it was a major show.
Okay.
However, it was more so a compilation of matches that was put together and said, hey, we're going to sell it Coliseum home video style.
Call it Blood Feast, and I don't remember seeing any blood.
All right, so we got Melanie Shea versus Malia Osaka. It's a women's match. It's better than what the big two were doing at the time, but it was far below what the girls in Japan were doing at the time. The girls in All Japan at around this time they were inventing moves. Like the moves you probably seeing that the ROH guys were doing probably a decade ago were invented a decade before that by Joshi women.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Like Kevin Owens moveset was stolen from Miami Toyota. Seriously. Like she does all that shit.
I have a Toyota.
Malia Obama wins with a top rope forward roll for the win. Moving on. Got Bad Breed versus Bad Company. Former AWA champs. Pat Tanaka, Paul Diamond. Paul Diamond currently highlighted on the Extreme Project, Street Smart Audio, so hit that up if you want to hear some Paul Diamond road stories. For all 6 of you, I don't know. But it's there.
This is going to be a bad match.
I thought it was going to be a good match on paper because Tanaka and Diamond can work. And Axel can work. I don't give a fuck what you're going to see. Ian is the shits.
The only reason why I said that because it's Bad Breed versus Bad Company.
Moving on.
It's going to be a bad match.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah. Styles doing a Gordon Solie / Howard Cosell type of call to the match. Diamond and Ian start with some stuff. Diamond's wrestling and Ian just punches him. Do more stuff. Tanaka comes in and Axel comes in. They start doing a little martial arts display or whatever. You know, it's a solid match, but I mean, it slows down to a crawl with a nerve hold. All right, got a heat spot on Tanaka. Ian's already gassed. And we've probably been 5-7 minutes into the match. Cheating distraction combo part 2. Ian needs oxygen. Missing headbutt. Hot tag to Diamond. House of Fire. There's a front suplex. DDT into a double headbutt. Savate kick by Tanaka. They do the world greatest tag team finish with the teardrop suplex with the hot shot. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like Tanaka jumps over old boy. You know what I'm saying? And does the hot shot.
Get him on the rope. So
yeah. And then Paul Diamond does a teardrop suplex for the dub. I gave it a 1.5 stars. It was alright.
Yeah, this was the first real match of the show.
Yeah.
And it was pun intended. I thought it was going to be bad, but it was pretty, for what had preceded it. It wasn't too bad.
It was match of the night so far.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, we got Sandman versus Metal Maniac. I said Sandman has lost some weight. His gut is at a 2. It was normally at a 6, but he's at a 2. So you know what I'm saying, he's trimming and slimming. Quick sloppy match, typical Sandman match on fast forward, fine clothesline for the finish. Gave it a 1.
Yeah.
You ain't missed nothing.
I gave it a dud.
There you go. 6-man tag. We got the magnificent Don The Rock Morocco, Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and Kevin Sullivan versus the living legend Terry Funk, Jazzy JT Smith, and Abdullah the Butcher. All right.
Don't forget, JT Smith is Terry Funk's protege.
At this time, Terry Funk is the ward, or not the ward, but he's the big brother to JT Smith's little brother. On October 1st.
JT, you about to stop eating out here. You're messing with the wrong people, my dude.
We got a big fight to start. Abby and Sullivan, they pair off outside, so it breaks down to a tag match between Snuka and Funk and Morocco and Jazzy. And they pair it off on the inside. This is pretty much the end to the Hot Stuff International. This is it. This is the last match of those guys. This is the last match of Don Morocco. You know what I'm saying? Snuka still goes forward, but mentioning of Hot Stuff International and Dangerous Alliance, that's done. I mean, and this, Paul Lee is shilling the heels on color, but he's not putting over the Dangerous Alliance collaboration. Okay? So that shit is like all that references that we've been doing since April, in conjunction with Dangerous Alliance and all that goober goof.
Whoa,
that you've been chanting. It's out.
Whoa, first of all, there is no need to be disrespectful. I did not know that this was it. And for you to just callously mention it like that, like it's just, you know what I'm saying, like someone took a shit on your steps or something, and to just speak of it like that, I think you should speak of it with a little more reverence. Because if this is the last, because Hot Stuff International is the legacy that was left behind by our leader and founder, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, who was also the king of Philadelphia. He was the brainchild and the inspiration and the motivation for the great group of individuals known as Hot Stuff International. So if this is the last time we're going to see the likes of Don the Rock Morocco, the Magnificent One, you know what I'm saying, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, who I'm not sure if he was the TV champion or not at this time, because I'm just not sure. But if this is the last time they're going to be together, I think they're due a little bit of respect. Because there's no ECW without Hot Stuff International. Believe that.
Okay, Mr. Reigns. So the crowd is kind of hot for the match. Snuka blinds Morocco with powder on accident. Smith gets the roller for the win. Hot Stuff International is over.
What did I just say? I just gave a very eloquent soliloquy of why you should show respect to Hot Stuff International. The first chance, literally, the first chance you get, what do? You shit on them again. Why? They have provided nothing but great entertainment along with whooping ass over the course of these reviews, Fooch. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being part of history. You know what I'm saying? What is your problem? What is your deal?
I like how shit just changed. I like the match placement of this card because you have the Hot Stuff blow off. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you got 911 just and pulling Sabu down the fucking down the aisle. You know what I'm saying? So that Eastern, that Eddie Gilbert shit is over with. Okay, that Don Morocco shit. You know what I'm saying?
That awesomeness. You know what I'm saying? The magnificent Don Morocco, the former ECW champion. I will also remind you, the cornerstone of the Hot Stuff International. And I don't even know what to think of the Dangerous Alliance right now, so that's why I haven't been mentioning our association right now, because Paul Lee been tripping on some other stuff. But there is a seminal moment in this match, and I don't know if you peeped it, but if you don't, call it out. At least for me, anyway.
So we got Sabu versus the Tasmaniac, and we off. Spin wheel kick to send Tasmaniac down. Slingshot leg drop on from the outside in. And the crowd is like, oh, this is for me. It may not be for everyone, But it's for me. And it's for me. So Sabu and Tasmaniac are just going at it. I mean, like, they're basically getting all their shit in. Sabu's doing everything with his high flying, and Tasmaniac is doing all the suplex shit, and the crowd is actually loving it because the action did not stop the entire time. There was no, I mean, there could have been a rest hold here and there, but after having so much high flying shit, you need to cool down the fans. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say that the pacing is great. I want to put over how seminal this match was, because these are the two top guys that are going to carry the promotion going forward for the next 2 years.
Absolutely.
And the match, while not great, for historical value, I give it more reverence. You know what I'm saying? Especially because it's such a dichotomy from the previous 6-man blow-off and that hot stuff shit. Like, and when I say shit, I really don't want to say like, oh, I'm just saying shit, you know what I'm saying, just as a turn of phrase.
Gotcha.
I mean, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that shit.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, you can listen from 1 to 27 and go, yo, the shit, you know, it's bad, but it's enjoyable. It's enjoyably bad.
You know what I'm talking about?
But this match right here, after that match, is such just it just shows you, oh, this is different. This is ECW now. That shit, that hot stuff blow off was the end of that chapter. It's the end of that era. It's over. There's nothing else to talk about. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to reference it anymore. From now on, ECW starts here. That's what the promotion is telling you.
It's a very hard pill to swallow.
Look.
Especially Shane Douglas was a part of that. So they're just going to pretend like Shane Douglas was in Hot Stuff International. He throws down the belt.
This is the reboot.
I hate reboots of stuff that I love.
Oh.
Screw you, Fooch. Damn it, I do. Shoot.
They wrestle for about 10 minutes. Both guys get gassed. Moonsault to the face on for finish for Sabu. I gave it a 1.5. And then Sabu does his post-match breaking up a table.
Yeah, that was so he's
that's his thing.
He's an idiot.
I mean, it's not necessarily, you know, like Hogan, you know, does his, you know, hands to the ear gimmick. You know what I'm saying? Steve Austin does the beer bash.
Yeah.
Sabu breaks tables.
With his body, though.
It's ECW. It's not for
yeah. But it's stupid. It's stupid, damn it.
Great comeback, Potsy. Stetson and Hot Body versus Bad Company tag title match. Clip to the finish. You got a public enema run in to give the win to Stetson and Hot Body for DQ. Moving on. I mean, it was literally 2 minutes. So you got Rebel and Michaels clip to the finish. You got Rebel with a chair. Rebel with a chain. My bad. Rebel with a chain. Moving on. You got Funk's Last Stand. The Living Legend. Terry Funk. Versus the ECW Television Champion, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, in a cage match. And if Funk doesn't win this match, he won't wrestle in ECW no more. I think that was a step.
Yeah, that was the step. And thanks to this Pulp Fiction of a show, the outcome was spoiled earlier in the show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
I was, and I did, and it did. Bless you.
Blood Feast.
Yeah. This was like, oh man, it's like, oh, if you love pay-per-views, it's like the person who decided to put this together hates people who like pay-per-views.
Okay.
So he took out his frustration on people who like pay-per-views and put this together. Because knowing what's going to happen and what's supposed to be a big show before it happens because they mix some stuff up together and stuff makes a bad show even less enjoyable to watch.
Right, because if this show would have ended the tape, oh, okay, ends on a good note, fans go home happy, even though the match placement and the post production is out to kill it. All right, so it's escape rules. I don't like TV title matches on pay-per-view, so to speak. I know this is not a pay-per-view, but I do not like TV title matches on Supercards.
I don't blame you. It's a TV championship for a reason.
I get it. The match has to be good at this point because Funk's talking this big step. You know what I'm saying? They've been holding to steps, kind of, sort of. I mean, for the most part, they've been holding to steps. So it's been billed as Funk's Last Stand and the Go Home show and the shows leading up to it. They haven't had too many promos for Jimmy, but they just been promoting it on Styles' voice, just saying, this is Funk's Last Stand. He has to win this title, or else he ain't gonna get another title shot in ECW, or he's not gonna wrestle in ECW no more. Stuff like that.
Ooh.
So they have to bring it. And to me, I felt they did bring it. It was an old school match. Like I said, it wasn't no pin, it wasn't no big spots. It was just two guys trying to get the fuck out of the cage. The fact that Hot Stuff International wasn't really together anymore didn't necessitate the need for a cage, but having a cage match still helped. I mean, it gave more gravitas to the match. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go blow by blow because you know how old school cage match goes.
Yeah. Funk smashed Snooker's head on the wall.
There was an ear. He had a bloody ear. I think this was a bloody ear spot. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, they kept doing headbutts to the ear and stuff like that. It was that old school, but like you still got into the match. If you can even watch it cold and you can get into it. Joey did a great job calling it. It wasn't bad. They did a couple. You know it was going to be on TV though because they did commercial spots. You know what I'm saying? They had little pauses in the tape and stuff like that. You know, and we're back, and then we're back from Funk's Last Stand, and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So Funk's in peril again. Power slam backbreaker. Funk come back. Both guys into the cage. Funk climbs. Quick fight. Headbutt. Funk wins. I gave it 2 1/4 star. Funk does the All Japan rant and rave into the crowd, throwing chairs and swinging the belt and all that shit, you know, post-match. But what were your thoughts on the match?
I was rooting very hard for Jimmy Superfly Snuka, obviously. And when it seemed like Funk was hell-bent on going head first out of the cage, and that was the only time I was hoping that he would fall to the outside, like, yeah, just go ahead and land on your stupid ugly head. And then when he actually won and shit, I was highly disappointed. But
you weren't happy, or you didn't have enjoyment for the match.
Have I not made my feelings about Terry Funk clear? He is a loser. He's stupid. He's a moron. And you know what? This is the perfect show to prove my point on how much of a piece of crap, how much a waste of space that Terry Funk is. And every time that he's in a match, I want him to lose. So, yes, I got zero thrill. Especially he beat my boy and took another piece of gold from Hot Stuff International.
There is no more Hot Stuff International. And that's my point.
Took one more piece of gold from Hot Stuff International, and I'm supposed to find enjoyment in that.
Last week I said, "Are you even?" Like it was a couple days ago. Given how the shit uploads to YouTube, are you Hot Stuff Hollywood? Like you're always gonna be Hot Stuff Hollywood?
I mean, I don't know. I take it show by show. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like you're aimless Hollywood at this point. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
hot stuff Hollywood. I'm the great one. I'm the Pony Poon Pulverizer.
Triple P.
I am the longest reigning front yard, backyard wrestler that you haven't heard of. You know what I'm talking about? There is no aimless Hollywood. Hollywood is who he is. And if you didn't know, I'm about to tell you. Hollywood is the man. You know what I'm talking about? You know why I'm the Pony Poon Pulverizer? Because I know how to magnetize and attract the Pony Poo. You know what I'm talking about? And then when I get it in my mist, I pulverize it. Come on, somebody.
Terry Funk with his classic "I'm not a spring chicken" promo. I'm not a spring chicken. And I said I wanted to wrestle for the best, and that's for the ECW.
Oh man, and the TV championship means as much to him as the WWF or the WCW heavyweight championship. Oh yes, and not only is he a loser and a piece of crap, but he's also a liar, because there's no way on earth that the NWA and the Eastern Championship Wrestling Television Championship means as much to him as the prestigious World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. I'm not buying that for 1 second, so I don't know why he's trying to sell it.
He's not a spring chicken. Backstage, Paul Lee's trying to get word from Snooker. Snooker doesn't answer. He tries a second time, and then Snooker pushes the door in, and he's just like, fuck it, cut. Puts that fake hand on the camera. You know what I'm saying? official.streetsmarts@gmail.com. Fuck all that shit. We back October 2nd.
Blood Feast! Part 2.
You ain't hitting this up no way. Fuck out of here, goofs. Alright, so we got Stetson and Hot Body versus Hardcore Hack and Jazzy JT Smith. Clipped as fuck. Alright, so this is where they say that Funk is JT Smith is the protege of Funk. Alright? So they have a basic fucking tag match. Finish basically is what happens? This is the one where they have a big four-way, and then Funk. Oh no, wasn't that get knocked into Funk, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me read the shit. Goddamn. All right, so top rope leg drop on the knee. They hug it out. Hot tag Hack. House fire. Hack dumps Smith on Funk. There it is. Hack with a sleeper. Funk comes in and he chairs Hack for the DQ. Smith goes over like, what's going on? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? What the funk? Funk spits on Hardcore Hack, slaps on and he leaves. Gave it a star. What you think?
I think Terry Funk is an idiot. If you are in the corner of your quote-unquote... See, this is what happens when there is no Hot Stuff International. JT Smith, who we usually make sure that he eats out here, now he's aimless and lost and stuff, probably spending too much time at Todd's pawn shop. It's now all of a sudden he's under the spell of Terry Funk. And what does Terry Funk do the first time that he gets and stuff? The first chance that he gets, he costs JT Smith a shot at the tag team championships. Why? Obviously, he think all of a sudden Sandman just like, fuck you, Terry Funk, I'm just going to throw myself on you. Is that what he think happens in that match?
I saw that it was an accident.
Obviously, it was an accident. Terry Funk is a moron.
Okay, so you're upset that Funk just started turning on Sandman.
That's exact, and costing his quote-unquote protege. Well, what a great mentor you are, Terry Funk. Oh yeah, how inspirational. You done took this poor directionless guy, because when he was in affiliation on the low, like when we was making sure that JT Smith eat out here, you know what I'm saying, we was taking care of him. We was keeping him in high profile matches, you know what I'm saying. He was always in a match with a member of Hot Stuff International, you know what I'm saying. Main event every week, baby. And then he gets aligned with Terry Funk and then gets screwed. Just fuck you, ref. Like, he don't know what a disqualification is. This is why I call him a loser. He's an idiot. He doesn't have any friends. I'm not sure if he has kids or not, but if he does, they're probably adopted, because he doesn't have, I'm just going to be quiet, man. My bad.
So we got Tommy Dreamer debuting in the NWA versus the Tasmaniac. Could Joey Styles possibly blow Tommy Dreamer on play-by-play any harder?
Add that in the fact that he was oddly wearing gold suspenders. It was very peculiar.
I look past the suspenders part because I've seen it so many times. It's just, all right, it's just geek Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I don't say a singlet, but you know what I'm saying?
It was a Chippendales uniform.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was. He didn't have a bow tie. Yeah. All he needed was a bow tie. He could have went to the fucking Chippendales and shredded his stuff.
Because I'm used to him in the ECW t-shirt.
Right. And some track pants.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a motherfucking track pants.
Stealing everybody's moves.
And losing.
and calling himself the innovator of violence. Nah, this is geek Tommy Dreamer. Unover Tommy Dreamer.
Wow.
This is so not over, he's under.
Well,
this is under Tommy Dreamer.
This was Rocky Maivia, the way Joey Styles was.
Oh my God, he was a blue chipper.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, Joey Styles. Just pause. Tommy Dreamer, he's a stud. He's hardcore. Oh my God, he's a tough guy. Oh my God, he's not just a pretty boy. He's a man. He's a man's man. He's William Regal in '98. He's a man's man.
With wrestling and gold suspenders.
Man. Got a flying burrito for two for Tommy. Over the head, belly to back, belly to belly for two. A missed headbutt. 5 minutes and they're outside. Taz with some chairs. Tommy blocks the chair. Hits Taz. DDT on the concrete. Joey Styles blows him. Like everything he did. Great right hand by Tommy Dreamer. Oh my God. Great sell job by Tommy Dreamer.
Oh man. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. Top rope. It was a top rope release Northern Lights suplex for the 3. And I thought that was very fucking good. Like everything else was just Joey Styles just putting him the fuck over. But the top rope, the finish was a good finish. And I gave it a 1 for the finish. Your thoughts?
Oh my gosh. So basically on everything you said that about him, about Joey Styles blowing him, so before I say that, I want to preface that with I haven't watched a whole lot of Tommy Dreamer matches, but I feel, is this where his losing streak begins? His first actual match? Like,
no, he actually wins a couple of matches here and there. The losing streak doesn't really start till like 94.
Okay.
And it doesn't end until like 2000.
Oh, we're right around the corner, because from this match, like the little bit after he lost and stuff, it's like, oh look, everybody's applauding Tommy Dreamer. They're because of his heart or some stuff, and like day one, they're painting this dude as a lovable loser.
No, they were painting him as future NWA World Champion. That's what they were painting.
Is that what it is?
As the lovable loser. So you get him as the loser, plucky underdog babyface that JT should have been. You know what I'm saying? But Tommy Dreamer was more cosmetically appealing.
That was the plan.
It was always the fucking plan. You couldn't have JT in his shit promos and his bum fucking knee. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be the face of the NWA.
Yeah, he was definitely not cutting it up with his promo.
Yeah, nah.
Oh man.
All right, so you gotta they get a pity clap for Tommy. Anyway, ECW title match: the fabulous Shane Douglas with Sherry Martel as the valet versus Jazzy JT Smith.
What a lovely lady, and once again, you know what I'm saying, because Shane Douglas is, as of now, is still a member of Hot Stuff International, and we are making sure JT. I don't know when this match obviously must have been before some other stuff because. Anyway, so yeah, so we making sure JT Smith eat out here. That's what Hot Stuff International do. We ain't dead yet.
Right. I was looking forward to Shane carrying this boy because the indie dirt sheets at the time were saying that Shane was tearing it up on the indie scene and he was a ring general in the making and a future Flair. So let's see if he can carry JT to a good match. No, not really. Basic fucking match. But it was more angle than match because they did the finish with JT. What's his nuts got him in a hole, fucking with his knee, and then Funk throws in the towel.
Yeah. Once again, so I don't know what order these matches were actually recorded in, but I know in 2 straight matches, Terry Funk has cost JT Smith a match. That's his protege, right? So how can you not call this dude an idiot? Please tell me how Terry Funk is not an idiot. I'll listen to it.
Funk stands over Smith and he starts bad mouthing him.
Then he slaps him. Well done, Fooch.
Then he hits him with a belt with a belt, and then Funk sends Smith outside, and Funk turns heel. I said Funk he's a contender for the GOAT at this point.
Contender for what? A real GOAT?
No,
a Billy GOAT? The greatest of all time of what? Texas wrestling? No, because I don't know a lot about Texas wrestling, but I know The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels are from there, so he's automatically out for that. So what of being the biggest morons on the planet? For being the worst mentor ever? Is that what he's the GOAT at? Or he's the GOAT at the worst? All right.
So you have a Public Enemy 10-second promo leading into the match. Public Enemy versus Bad Company.
Terry Funk is a coward. I just want to throw that in there.
I thought this tag match was very good. All right. We got a long stall. We got a long stall to start. Diamond and Grunge in the ring. Lock up in a filling out process. Grunge shoves Finnegan then you got a second lockup, clean break. Got a martial arts exchange between Tanaka and Flyboy.
So
or was it Flyboy?
And they was kicking each other.
Yeah. Tanaka hit the Tiger Bomb. You know what I'm saying? And the crowd popped for that. So Bad Company at this point is over. Okay. They got the AWA lineage over there. I didn't see too much AWA matches, so I don't know if they were really, really good. I mean, I know they did the Oriental Express gimmick over in with Vince. They were jobbing to the Rockers basically all the time, but
Speaking of Shawn Michaels.
But they were good hands. So to put them in a match like this, it's pretty much a re-education to the fan base of what Bad Company can do. Okay. Public Enemy doing some heel work, saying some heel antics. Grunge is over here like, watch the hair! You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Got an eye poke, you know what I'm saying? Diamond works the shoulder DDT, then he floats over for the SmackDown DDT. Did you catch that part?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh man.
I'm not sure.
hit him with a shoulder. Diamond hit him with a shoulder DDT. Picks him back up, do some some shit, and then he did the float over DDT that The Rock used to do back in the day.
Okay, yeah, I don't
But he
think
did it in '93. I'm just saying.
They must got a time machine then.
All right.
Still in The Rock's moves.
Yeah, all right, so we got Paul Diamond as the babyface in Peril. Cheating distraction combo. Tanaka can't care. Flyboy working the hamstring. Hope spot cut off by Johnny Grunge. Got a third Hope spot. Hot tag Tanaka. Oriental House of Fire. Double team super kick to Flyboy. Rocco kicks out the finish. Heel miscue. And he got a roll for 3. 2 3/4 of the star of a match. Your thoughts?
That was a excuse me. That was a great match for me. That was actually
Definitely best match so far of night 2.
and go figure it was a tag match, and at least when I was reviewing it, at my recollection, it was the first actual match that Public Enemy has worked since they've been in ECW that wasn't a squash. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
It was a showcase for both teams.
and they delivered as far as the
As far as ECW in 1993 standards,
Exactly.
they fucking delivered.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, and judging by those standards, I thought it was a great match.
Yeah.
It was very enjoyable.
Definitely a contender for Match of the Year of the Sully Awards. So we got Rebel and Michaels again, clip to the finish. We got Rebel keeps pulling Michaels up at 2. Rebel with a chair. Ref gets shoved. Sal Balomo returns.
Oh man.
And Rebel, Rock and Rebel's sell of Sal coming back was cool as shit. And then they do the chase out, and that's it.
Why is Sal Balomo being pushed? Like he's Rocky now all of a sudden.
I mean, he's a Philly guy. Maybe he has a stake in the company.
It's okay. I can live with that. Like, a motherfucker put their money up and say, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know what, y'all need to give me a push one time. I'm 1/10 invest, or maybe at least 1/4. If you're at least a quarter in, so yeah, I'd at least have me in a main event scene. Shit,
Just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But, I mean, if you know the guy's limitations, then you put him respective of where he needs to be on the card. Rebel's still a great fucking chicken shit heel. Though.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's the best. Bad Breed versus Donnie Allen and Chad Austin. Complete squash. I rolled a blunt during this match.
Yep, I got the Rottens versus the Jobbers again. Squash match.
Right. You got Bad Company versus Jimmy Snuka and Don Morocco.
Hot Stuff International in the building. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we do.
I think you need to let it go. Public Enemy jumps Bad Company as they come out. They pissed because they lost. And then the Bad Breed jump Public Enemy. Snuka and Morocco win by forfeit. Morocco is very happy at that. He doesn't have to work.
And it's another win for Hot Stuff International. Getting W's, whooping ass without even have to whoop ass. You know what I'm saying? That might or might not have been part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? I won't say either way, one way or the other. But another good night for Hot Stuff International.
Until ECW title match. You got Shane Douglas versus the mystery opponent. And that mystery opponent is Sabu.
Why? So, this is why I don't like, well, I won't say I don't like Paul Lee, but I don't understand what's going on with him. Why is he booking Sabu in a match against Shane Douglas? And we are all supposed to be doing business together. Family does not fight family, and I thought the Dangerous Alliance was family with Hot Stuff International.
There is no more Hot Stuff International. Hollywood.
I saw Shane Douglas, who's the ECW champion, or was, or is, or something or other. You know what I mean? I saw Jimmy Superfly Snuka. I saw Magnificent Don the Rock Morocco. The only person who we didn't see, that we knew we weren't going to see, was our leader and founder, the King of Philadelphia, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
You also did not see the Dark Patriot.
Well, you know,
And you also didn't see Fearless Freddie Gilbert. And you also didn't see Paul Lee coming out with anybody during their matches.
Well, he explained that. He said with the merger with the NWA, his contracts are under review, so he has to, he's not allowed to be at ringside with any of his people.
So Sabu is subbing for Sandman. Sherry jumps Paul Lee and Shane goes at Sabu. Paul Lee heads to the back, superplex Shane, and then he starts throwing stuff at Paul or whatever. Sherry backs him off. Moonsault finishes. Got a new chap. And the match was very clipped.
Well, there was I don't know, and it was very subtle or something, but I don't know if it's because I was high or something at the time. But during the introduction and stuff, when they was walking Sabu out and stuff, Paul Lee had his hat facing forwards, and then he had flipped it to the back. And so when I was first, like, I knew Paul Lee from the WCW Dangerous Alliance, but once I got hip to ECW, it was always hat to the back Paul and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then I see him when he joined in ECW and all other stuff, and then just, I don't know, when he flipped that hat to the back, and on the same night we got Tommy Dreamer debuting, and Taz just debuted, and now we got Sabu, who's already in the ECW championship match. It's like Public Enemies on the scene. I'm like, oh man, like we are about to be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, you seeing it, like, this show is the show that is the genesis for the next shit, for the rest of the promotion, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because Public Enemy carries the show all the way to about 95, 96 when they, bounced to WCW. Sabu's there, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of the promotion. He has a short stint in WCW. Tommy Dreamer's there the whole time. Taz is there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? The only people you're honestly missing is Van Dam, the Dudleys, and, I mean, Sandman's already there. You know what I'm saying? Sandman's there the entire time until about 98, 99. You're missing Raven. You know what I'm saying? But basically, this is the show that showcases shit. Shane's there already. So this is a show that showcases pretty much your main event scene for the rest of the promotion. Terry Funk's there.
Don't remind me.
Yeah. All right. So we got Snooker versus Chad Austin. And I said, why? This show will not end.
Right, boy, they should have stopped it right there after Shane and Sabu. That would have been perfect.
I think I get why the show is so fucking terrible and out of place. And then the matches on 10-1 and 10-2, Styles called the matches in post, sold it this way, and, you know what I'm saying, but the show's already in the can for Sports Center, you know what I'm saying? So they pulled the matches back, pieced them together in some hodgepodge ass way, and you got NWA Blood Feast. Compilation tape. You know what I'm saying? Try to sell it, get some mark money real quick. Anyway,
Wow.
I can't imagine a new fan watching this in 93 and understanding what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Complete squash. This is blunt number 3 at this point. Slingshot suplex finish. He didn't even hit him with the splash.
No.
Dud match. Moving on.
Yeah.
We got Public Enemy versus Bad Company in the cage. Public Enemy powders, Bad Breed tosses them back in, and then they get in the cage for the 3-way deal. There's 2 minutes left on this show. Fuck you, Paul Lee.
Right.
Rocco falls out the ring, and then the show just goes off. 2 fucking long. 2 hours, 20 fucking matches.
Oh man, yeah, that felt so much longer than 2 hours.
I said Funk's Last Stand and Public Enemy versus Bad Company are ECW Match of the Year contenders. But for historical purposes, you can watch this show, but you might as well just skip it and just watch the clip shows going forward in October. It'll make our reviews fucking easy as shit.
Yeah, I believe it. They'll probably show them in order too.
This is fucking, I mean, literally 10-5, 10-12, 10-19, 10-26 are all matches from this show.
Whoa, Nelly. Well,
Right.
it's 20 matches.
Right. 20 fucking matches. Skip this show unless you're a fucking mutant. So Blood Feast sucked. We're gonna watch the shows in October. It's gonna make our reviews fucking easy as shit. So until next time, life is a work. Make sure you get paid for it. We out. Peace.
Peace.
StreetSmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio, or fuck with us. Street Smart fan page on Facebook, official.streetsmarks on IG, street_smarks on Twitter, and brand new, official.streetsmarks on SoundCloud. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, October 5th, 1993. Conspicuous by his absence is Hot Stuff Hollywood. He said he couldn't take it no more after Blood Feast. He said, Fuge, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it for the 10-5 and 10-12 show because... And that wasn't a pause, that's him breathing. And he just started crying because Eddie Gilbert ain't there no more. So, the Scourge of the IWC is rolling solo dolo for the next two shows. We're gonna make it short and sweet. So Joey's outside of the ECW arena and he's promoting Funk's Last Stand. We have the cold open, then we have the theme music. So we come back for a Public Enemy Gino versus Gino Caruso and the Silver Jet replay from Blood Feast. Like I told you, all these matches was going to be from Blood Feast. So basically a big ass squash. Gino Caruso got something, but the Silver Jet got nothing. Or one of those goofs got nothing in, but inverted DDT, top rope senton for the Public Enemy win. Hollywood, your thoughts? Hollywood ain't here. Moving on. So we got a Sabu vignette lead into the Sabu Tasmaniac match from Blood Feast. I'm a damn genius because again, all these matches for the next month, it's gonna be for damn Blood Feast. Hot Stuff Hollywood had a prior engagement with some. I watched Blood Feast and the Swimwear Showdown wasn't on there, so they showed the damn clips of the fall Swimwear Showdown on a 10-5 show when they had 20 fucking matches on Blood Feast, and now one of them was a damn fall swimwear showdown. Now, we've been hyping this shit up on the damn reviews for the last fucking 2 or 3 shows, and they didn't even show it. But they showed it on the clip show. Ridiculous. They did the same shit for the Ultra Clash. They didn't have the damn, the Battle Royal. Didn't have the Battle Royal on Ultra Clash, and then they showed it on a subsequent, I think the 921 show. Whatever. Anyway, dubbed over terrible music and a Matty voiceover, Matty in the House voiceover. His hair is too fucking much for me. So we have Rebel in his terrible ring jacket for a backstage promo. Moving on. We got Sandman and the Metal Maniac replay. I watched the 93 timeline with Ty Gordon, and they were talking about bringing Metal Maniac in, and Metal Maniac was basically a Snooker's young boy. And Snooker was basically using Metal Maniac to bring his pills, and Maniac was Snooker's gopher. Brother Brudai was Hogan's gopher. And who was Bigelow's gopher? Bull Payne? I think Bull Payne was Bigelow's gopher. But point being is, I mean, they would use these guys that would go get the stuff, you know what I'm saying, go get the medicine, go get the gimmicks, bring them back, and then, you know, in return, you know, they'd probably, you know, get a shot here and there. You know, they were usually undercard guys who never got wins on TV. They probably never got wins at all, but they were in the business. Stevie ended up becoming Raven's gopher, but I mean, he was talented, so he was more like a young boy as opposed to a gopher. Moving on. So we have Funk's Last Stand replay with the Spring Chicken promo and the Paulie Snooker shut door deal. All that stuff is coming from Blood Feast. Basically, this whole show, all the matches are from Blood Feast. There might be some inner. There might be some cut-in promos and everything like that. Some vignettes, some hype videos. You know what I'm saying? Like they had the Sabu vignette earlier. But all the matches are from October 1st and October 2nd. So the show honestly is a throwaway show. You got Joey outside of Funk's dressing room, quote unquote. The Styles plugs next week's show and more Blood Feast matches. Overall, this is a total skippable show. There ain't nothing you need to watch. If you watch Blood Feast. You can skip everything. But if you didn't watch Blood Feast, basically the shows the matches that we reviewed are on Blood Feast. So skip the show, bitch. We out. So I'm gonna come back with the 10-12 show and be out. Peace. Streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio, or fuck with us. Official.streetsmarks at IG, Street_Smarks on Twitter, Street Smart fan page at Facebook, and brand new Official.Streetsmarks on SoundCloud. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, October 12th, 1993. Again, another fucking clip show. We start with a Joey voiceover with the cool background music. He runs down the show. Clip show. We got a replay of the 6-man from Blood Feast. That was Funk, JT Smith, and Kevin Sullivan versus Abby, Snooker, and Morocco. And that's basically the unofficial Hot Stuff International blow-off, because from there, everybody goes off their separate ways. Abby and Sullivan start their program, or to continue their program. Morocco's probably has one more match and he's gone from the company, and Snooker continues on with 100 Q Robbins III. Funk starts to do the protege deal with JT Smith and turns heel, and that's it. Anyway, hot and fast and furious action for about 5-10 minutes. JT Smith wins with a roll-up on Morocco. We got a replay of the Sabu Taz match again from Blood Feast. We got a replay of Melanie Shane versus Malia Obama, the women's match from Blood Feast. We have a Bad Breed promo. Both of these guys are terrible with British accents. Axel had great mic work. He's very underrated on the mic, and Ian Rotten is a doofus. We have a replay of the Bad Breed versus Bad Company match. It was a very good match from Blood Feast. I gave it 2 3/4 stars, I think. No, I think that was, I gave it was something. It was pretty good. We have a Public Enemy promo, and this promo is about Bad Company next week. November to Remember 93 is November 13th, 1993. I might have to check the tape trader shows to see if that's if that's available. If not, they did some matches. They showed them on Hardcore TV in November. So we'll see where that goes. We have a replay of Rock and Rebel versus Donnie Allen, squash. We have a replay of Rock and Rebel versus Michaels after they do their little split up because Rock and Rebel hates all kids, and Rick Michaels has kids and he's not happy that Rebels is being an asshole to all kids. But Michaels never turned face, so it was a heel program, and the fans love Rock and Rebel. Whatever. We got Hardcore Hack and JT Smith with a 10-second promo challenging Stetson and Hot Body next week. That's a match from Blood Feast. We got Styles and Joey Styles and Paulie at the dressing room. They wrap up and run down next week's card. Paulie is going to shock the wrestling world next week by reforming the Dangerous Alliance. So the Hot Stuff International shit is absolutely dead at this point because Paulie's doing his Dangerous Alliance gimmick without Eddie. Without any type of affiliation or in conjunction. Paulie had a great promo to end the show, but he couldn't save it because the show sucked a donkey dick with Herbs. So next week. Word for show.
Oh man, yeah, it grew on me.
Official.streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here. Official.streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio, or fuck with us. Official.streetsmarks@IG, Street_Smarks on Twitter. God damn it. Official.streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio, or fuck with us. Official.streetsmarks@IG, Official.streetsmarks on SoundCloud, Street_Smarks on Twitter, Street Smart fan page on Facebook. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, October 19th, 1993. Hollywood.
What's up, player?
Hot Stuff Hollywood.
That's right. You know what I'm talking about.
Still holding on to that, huh?
Woo. But of course, why wouldn't I? I mean, there's still many Hot Stuff International alumni in Eastern Championship Wrestling, and they're now affiliated with NWA. So, for still holding on to Hot Stuff Hollywood, it's very fitting.
For this 10/19 show, what were your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts were it was a more coherent Blood Feast. And It was actually, I don't know, it's like watching a movie the second time around, or watching Pulp Fiction the second time around, but this time you know what order everything's supposed to fit in. So it made me appreciate Blood Feast a little bit more if I had watched it how they're putting it out now.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that because it took you 2 weeks to recover after Blood Feast,
Yeah, because, it was very... Man, do you know how gut-wrenching it was to know that the organization that helped take you to the next level and that also was very revolutionary in the pioneering days and trailblazing days of ECW, that is known as Hot Stuff International, even when they were affiliated with the Dangerous Alliance. You know what I'm saying? Paul Lee, he on some other stuff right now, which we're we'll end up getting into in the course of this review. But I had to just take some time off, get away, you know what I'm saying, and rediscover who I am as Triple P, the Pony Poon Pulverizer, Hot Stuff Hollywood, a member of Hot Stuff International, and that's what it is.
So we open up with a cold open of Paul Lee announcing that he's reforming the Dangerous Alliance.
Yeah.
Go straight into the theme. And first off, November 13th is the inaugural November to Remember.
Yeah. Can't wait to see that.
Don't hold your breath. We have a replay of Public Enemy versus Bad Company from Blood Feast. Mm-hmm. So now that the match has been sliced in with the commentary and everything like that, it makes a lot more sense.
Absolutely.
Why would they sell a show like NWA Blood Feast?
I've asked myself that question probably 1,000 times over the course of watching Blood Feast and watching and reviewing this show. No clue.
So we have a long-ass Wild Man Sal Balomo vignette with kids set to Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. Did you see it on the network?
It was on the network, but I don't know what song they were. I don't think it was Eric Clapton, though.
All right, they must have some overdub music. Probably. Yeah, we had on the Tape Treasure show via Visceramania.
Shout out to Visceramania.
Wherever you are. They had Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. At the November to Remember show, the main event is going to be Sabu teaming up with Road Warrior Hawk versus the living legend Terry Funk and a mystery opponent.
Oh man, what a dream match. The match I've always wanted to see. Not.
I'm glad you're channeling 1993.
You know what I'm talking about? You see what I did there? That's why I'm the champ.
We have a replay of Jimmy Superfly Snuka versus Chad Austin from Blood Feast.
Excuse me.
Moving on. Mm-hmm. We have an appearance from Jay Sully from the ECW News Center with a special report.
Yeah, he's not six-pack Sully in this.
Right, he's just regular Jay Sully.
Yeah, he's normal again.
Doing the Sean Mooney role. All right, so
he's on the wagon.
He's leading into the reformation of the Dangerous Alliance. Paul Lee reforms and he adds Shane Douglas. We get a Shane promo. And then Sherry Martel is named the Director of Covert Operations of the Dangerous Alliance.
2 former members of Hot Stuff International, I would like to point out.
Then Sabu is named the bodyguard of the Dangerous Alliance. And Shane and Sherry protest to that. They're like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because
they were not feeling that.
No. All right, so after that, Paul and Sherry start to go at it. Paul slides out, and then Shane and Sherry stay together. Maddie in the house on the Maddie cam, and Willie Scoop Watts. Who the fuck is that? Did you see Willie Scoop Watts on the network?
I did see Willie Scoop Watts.
All right, so he's outside of Shane and Sherry's dressing room, and Sabu and Paul Lee, and they're all arguing. Scoop won't go in because he cited his personal health. He's like, at a post, like in the most normal voice ever, he goes, at a risk to my personal safety, I don't think I should go in there.
Yeah, you know.
That motherfucker sound like a goddamn infomercial.
Hey, no need to freak out. Like, you know what? I'm not about to go up in there, but I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I have a question, kayfabe wise or real wise or whatever the case may be. Why does Shane Douglas have a problem with Sabu being in the Dangerous Alliance?
Well, I figure this is due to the gimmick of Sabu being a wild man, and he's unpredictable. I mean, he throws his own body through tables and everything. So, you know, can I trust him? You know, Shane Douglas is the type of character, the type of guy who wants to know who's got his back, or he wants to know where you're coming from, I guess, you know. But they're forming the franchise character, so you know.
Okay.
So that's my answer. That's a Fuge pundit.
Okay, I smell what you cooking.
All right, so next up, we got Maddie in the house introducing Jason Knight, the sexiest man alive. So Jason interrupts Maddie in the house, and he goes, Maddie, or he says Matthew, I think. You don't have to call me by my full name. You just have to address me as Jason, the sexiest man on earth. Maddie, and then Maddie's like, they're like doing some back and forth shtick, and Maddie can't get a single answer out of him. He's like, who are you trying to manage? You know, in ECW. And Jason goes, I would like to manage all of my suits. And Maddie goes, oh, I need to know who you're going to be coming to the ring with. Matthew, I'll be coming with all of my accoutrements to make me Jason, the sexiest man on earth. And then Maddie goes, ah! And he puts his hand in the camera and fades out. I like Jason, personally.
Oh, man.
But your thoughts on Jason? Initial thoughts on Jason?
Initial thoughts on Jason is, oh boy, who is this jabroni? You know what I'm saying? And then, you ain't get to it yet, but apparently Sandman had beat him when he was a wrestler and stuff.
Yeah, no. That's next week, goof.
Oh, my bad. Well, shoot. Spoiler alert. Oh, shoot. No, that's how you feel, Kenny.
We got a replay of Stetson and Hot Body versus Hardcore Hack and JT Smith. And we got a replay of Dreamer and Taz to close the show from Blood Feast. Overall, thumbs down, clip show, skip show.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely a clip show, skip show. Just trying to see, was there something I could make fun of Terry Funk about? Yeah, no, I don't got nothing on this one. So you're lucky, Terry Funk. You piece of crap. So yeah, no need to watch this show, and but it does make Blood Feast a little bit more
Coherent.
Yeah, exactly.
Blood Feast was a goddamn cash grab, for real. We'll be back next week. Peace.
And then it's a pussy pulverizer, you know what I'm talking about.
Official.streetsmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio, or fuck with us. Official.streetsmarks SoundCloud, Official.streetsmarks IG, Street Smart fan page, Facebook, Street_Smarks, Twitter. This is the Fuge, the scourge of the IWC. And to the right of me,
You get down, little kitty.
is Dr. Claw. My fucking cat just jumped in his lap, and the motherfucker is just patting him and stroking him. Two pussies together.
Oh, no.
Gadget. I'll be back, Gadget.
He has it wrong. I'm the Pony Poon Pulverizer, Triple P, Hot Stuff Hollywood, you know what I'm talking about. And I can't help it if pussy loves me, you know what I'm talking
You're like the
about.
Pony Poon pacifist right now. God damn.
You have a very friendly kitty, what can I say?
This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, October 26, 1993. Dr. Claw, what were your thoughts on this show?
I'm having a tough time remembering right now because I keep marking out at the Dr. Claw referencing your cat won't stay out my lap. I done put this motherfucker down like 5 times. And this motherfucker don't give a fuck. Oh, shit. But yeah, so clip show, skip show, spoiler alert. But yeah, it was all right. If I hadn't seen Blood Feast, I probably would have thought this show was pretty decent though.
Joey runs down the card for tonight. We got goddamn. We got Kevin Sullivan promoting the card versus Cairo in a shoot fight at November to Remember 1993. Sullivan with another spooky promo. Oh, god damn it, I gotta start over. Kevin Sullivan with a spooky promo promoting a shoot fight between him and Tommy Cairo at November to Remember 1993.
Oh, yeah.
Sullivan's sitting in a lifeguard chair. He's on the beach.
Yeah.
They show clips of him and Abby at Blood Feast, which I don't remember reviewing at all.
That makes two of us. Did you peep the part where he said he carved Abby up like a big black whale?
Yeah, right. That's not racist.
Yeah.
Then they showed another match of his versus Gino Caruso, which I didn't remember watching. And then he finishes the promo saying, "As my good friend Yasser Arafat said, this is a new world order.
Yeah.
And Cairo is the first on the list." I said, first of all, okay, new world order.
Right.
Second of all, that didn't even make sense in the promo. He just threw that line in there. Like, if you take that line out and listen to the rest of the promo, it makes sense. And then you insert that line in there, it's just, it seemed like that line was just thrown in there for no reason. Anyway, just, okay.
I definitely made note of it.
Right. So we got Joey continuing the card for November to Remember. We got a replay of Taz and Dreamer. Oh, just the finish from Blood Feast. The top rope Northern Lights suplex, which is what I said was dope as fuck. And then you got a Mr. Hughes with a nice promo versus Johnny Gunn. You remember Mr. Hughes?
I do remember Mr. Hughes.
What do you remember about Mr. Hughes?
I remember that he never took his sunglasses off.
Do you remember who Mr. Hughes fought?
Well, reviewing this, I recall briefly some beef he had with Lex Luger. But other than that, I can't recall nothing.
This motherfucker went on a nice little tirade talking about what he did in WCW and WWF. He said, "I'm Mr. Hughes. You saw me beat up Lex Luger in WCW.
He was very important.
And then I went to the WWF and I took the Undertaker's arm. Stole it from the Undertaker. You see, I am the man from the hood.
Yeah.
You see, I have mouths to feed. And I will do everything I can to go right to the top in the ECW. And I will finish you, Johnny Gunn, with the sidewalk slam."
Because he's from the hood, you know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker, I sat there and was like, damn, that's a great promo. And then I sat there and said, damn, this nigga ain't talk about nothing about ECW. That motherfucker just talked about what he did in WCW. He talked about what he did in WWF. And he just went on about his goddamn business and treated Johnny Gunn like a goddamn jobber. Moving on. We got a replay of the Bad Breed versus Chad Austin, Donnie Allen match from Blood Feast. Oh my God. And then we have a hilarious Jason promo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see he was getting his negotiation with my boy Hunter Q. Robbins III in that joint.
So he's talking about bringing talent in, and he hires a camera crew, which I thought was a great touch because there's always this floating camera always around in backstage promos. The shit that Russo created during the Attitude Era. And now there's a camera just backstage all the time. Why? Who hired them? Did Vince hire him? Why would Vince fucking put cameras everywhere in his venue so you can see heels do nefarious deeds and shit like that? You know? So I thought it was a nice touch that Jason, announced, he acknowledged that I hired this camera crew to follow me because he's a narcissistic bastard. And he goes around talking to talent. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, if I'm Jason, the sexiest man on earth, I'm gonna need a camera crew to film my every fucking move.
Makes sense.
It makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah.
So when you look at the fucking floating camera that's it's backstage on Raw and SmackDown and WCW when they fucking try to do that stupid shit, you just go, that's stupid. This makes sense. It's the little things that get over. So he starts talking with Hunter Q. Robbins III about buying up the tag champs. The tag champs currently being Tony Hitman Stetson and Johnny Hotbody, both wearing the do-rags. They're just creeping around, looking at Jason, and he's like, Jason, or he's like, Hunter, why don't you, let me buy your damn champs off of you. And Hunter Q was like, well, I don't like to talk about business on the camera. So he's like, cut the camera, And then in between that, it's like, Jason, he's like posing down and he's like in different suits and shit.
Yeah, stunning and shit.
Flexing,
I feel it.
And then he asked if his closed match to the tag champs. So I wrote that down. It's basically he's getting the character over in a different way. You know what I'm saying? He's walking through the locker room and he's talking to different characters and he's showing how he aligns with different characters. So he's a heel. He's talking to Hunter Q. Robbins III and the tag champs. They're heels, so they're gonna get along. As opposed to when he talks to Sandman and Peaches. He tries to give Sandman his card. Sandman's like, I beat you already. He throws the card back in his face. And he tries to give, he says, most unfortunate incident. And then he gives his card to Peaches. And then Peaches has a little back and forth, they do their little thing.
Right.
So, and I said, I equated it to getting the character over Tarantino style, which is funny because you said Blood Feast is Tarantino-esque or whatever.
Right.
Or Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
Right. So anyway, he goes to hack and a drag queen named Peaches. More stuff. Maddie, he talks to Maddie. He talks to Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes takes his card. And he talks to the Warlord in like the first appearance I ever saw of the Warlord in ECW.
Okay, I was like, dang. I said, when I was naming all the people he talked to, I put some other guy because I wasn't sure who that was.
He said I wasn't Warlord. I think he said Warlord. He said, Warlord, here, why don't you take my car? And he's like, get out of here! Leave me alone!
Yeah, he was.
It was some roid rage type fit.
I guess I wasn't really paying attention, dude.
Obviously not. Goof. G. Yeah.
Hey, I'm so.
He hooks up with Angel and then takes off in a Porsche.
Oh man. In case the the song originated from don't make it on the video or the audio, I should say. He just stole that from me when I called him a goof earlier, and I sung the GOOF song, goof song. You know what I'm talking about.
We got a replay of Rebel versus Michaels and the Sal Balomo return. It was a better call by Joey in post production. I'll say that.
Yeah, that was fine and dandy. But why on earth is Sal Balomo back? Why can't he just freaking retire and stay on the shelf?
Because you still have to pander to the kids in the audience. There's still kids in the audience. You need to pander to them.
And Sal Balomo is the kid panderer. I mean, yeah, but that's all right. Jeez, the freaking weeds.
So Joey recaps JT Smith's saga, and he intertwines that with the Dangerous Alliance feud. Paulie has a promo. He's shitting on Philly. Shane, he's shitting on Sherry. Puts over Sabu. He does a Hawk impersonation, and he finishes against Terry Funk. Tremendous promo. I wanted to transcribe it, but it was so long that it was just. I mean, he had the motherfucking. He was frothing at the mouth. He was spitting. He was sweating. Yeah, I mean, it was all. It was great promo, if anything.
Yeah, I don't. Being a member of Hot Stuff International, I have mixed emotions when it comes to Paulie and stuff because I don't know how much to trust him right now. So everything before Terry Funk, I'm saying I'm still processing, but I agreed. I loved everything Terry Funk wise he said and stuff, and he does a great Terry Funk, I want to add. And
He does.
And Terry Funk is an idiot. He's a moron. He's the worst manager ever. He's the worst friend ever. I've said it before. If he has kids, I really hope they're adopted. And just if I hope he does get one more match, just so he can tap out. I hope he wrestles against Brock Lesnar. And he goes to Suplex City. I would love to see that.
Terry Funk is 70 plus years old at this point. Why would you do that to that old man?
Why would he do that to JT Smith? Why would he do that? Huh?
Well, JT wasn't living up to the billing.
JT was. He was. All right, you know what? I'm going to let you get to the match. And even though we've already talked about it because it was on Blood Feast, but anyway, I'm just Mr. Spoiler Alert right now. But yeah, proceed.
Todd at the ECW headquarters with a Sal Balomo update. Todd's going to waive Sal's medical clearance because it's ECW and it's not for everyone.
Oh, you got that right.
So it's Sal versus Rebel at November to Remember at a Lights Out match. ECW. It's not for everyone. I had to get it in there twice. Moving on.
Especially Sal Balomo or Terry Funk.
We got a replay of the Public Enema beating down Bad Company. Snuka and Morocco get the forfeit win. Morocco with the great sell job.
Say well done, Hot Stuff International. Way to represent.
Bad Breed jump Public Enemy. All from Blood Feast. Snuka and Morocco do the Super D they do the shtick, the Super D shtick. You know what I'm saying? They hit each other in the chest and then they hug it out. So oh shit, Super D call back.
You know what I'm saying? Show love.
All right, so we got a Public Enemy promo. Grunge was actually better than Rocco this time. Moving on. Mm-hmm. We got Joey talking about Sherry and Medusa at John Arezzi's wrestling convention. It's going to be coming up next week. Hopefully you got it on the network. And we got Shane Douglas versus JT Smith replay. And we got the classic living legend Terry Funk heel turn.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Everything that I have ever said about Terry Funk came true right here in this match when he turned his back on his First of all, he cost him the ECW Heavyweight Championship. Here, take this, player. First, his manager, he's the manager. He cost him the match by throwing in the freaking towel. JT wasn't about to give up. Let Shane break his leg, and then let the ref stop the match. Dagnabbit. Would he want somebody throwing the towel in for him in a championship match? You think he would want one of his brothers doing that?
I would assume not.
Hey, you're damn right he would not. So that's the second match in a row he done cost him. And then after that, after he cost him the doggone match, he has the nerve and the audacity to beat an already beaten man, JT Smith, you know what I'm saying, who wouldn't harm a kitty cat. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't harm a freaking kitty cat, Fooch. And he already had his mentor just cost him his second match in as many weeks, or or in many days. Yeah, it's from Blood Feast. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter.
And then he assaults him after the match. Terry Funk has everything that's coming to him. He deserves it. Because he's a piece of crap. And I've been telling y'all from day one of this show to the last show. I won't even get on this show, but even before this show. Or even on this show. Dag nabbit. I've been telling y'all about Terry Funk, and he showed his true colors right here for the world to see. It's on the WWE Network. Check it out.
We have a Matty in the House promo. The special tag team main event match at November to Remember. We got Todd in the ring. Paul wants Funk to tell him who the tag partner is. Funk's about to reveal it, but Sabu rushes the ring. The handlers try to restrain him, and Funk badmouths him Austin style. They slap each other around. Matty recaps the angle to end the show. Jason was awesome. I don't care what nobody say. He's amazing. The clips were good-ish.
Yeah.
The matches, Paulie with a classic promo. I have to give it a thumbs up show.
It is. I'll give it a thumbs up show just because I feel vindicated after, months and months of telling people what an awful human being Terry Funk is. I guess he just finally snapped, or he just finally lost all self-control, and he finally exposed himself to the world by assaulting a helpless protege, somebody he trusted, that he took under his wing. I mean, how despicable of an act is that? He deserves his comeuppance, and I can't wait to see him get it.
Maybe he was tired of making sure JT Smith eats out here.
Why would he have a problem with JT Smith eating out here?
Maybe because he couldn't make it happen after diving off the eagle's nest, after being outclassed by Mr. Motagi, after jobbing in a scaffold match. Maybe he understands that JT Smith shouldn't be allowed to eat out here anymore.
Maybe Terry Funk should mind his own business. Maybe he should be glad that the leader and founder of Hot Stuff International is no longer a part of Eastern Championship Wrestling. Maybe he should be falling on his knees instead of turning his back on the last ally that he is going to have in that promotion. That's it. He done turned his back on the one person who was kind enough and nice enough to trust him. You know what I'm saying? JT Smith, why do you think that we as Hot Stuff International made sure that JT eat out here? And what, he's jealous? Is that what it is? Is that why he's tired of seeing JT Smith eat out here? Because that's what we do? Is he jealous?
Maybe it may be a case of dropping a jazzy JT and picking up a few good men. Because going forward on November 2nd and November 9th, Funk does gain new allies.
Who is dumb enough to join forces with that moron? With that terrible human being? Who lacks the brain capacity to see what a bad decision that would be?
You're going to have to find out next week because just in case you don't watch it, we'll review it for your pleasure. and our pain. Until then, life is work. Make sure you get paid for it. We out. Peace.
Peace.